there's this thing flying
I
around
know.
you.
I did
and
shower
didn't
today, so
know.
I definitely don't know why it's trying to bother
got
me.
it.
Oh, God.
They call me Quick Nick for a reason. And
You just murdered an
why?
animal,
Okay,
but
PETA.
fine.
Look,
Yeah.
PETA, I'm sorry. It was unintentional. I was trying to save my guest here.
I don't wanna say I love you, 'cause people that I love leave. That's all that I've ever seen. As soon as I hold on, that's when it all goes wrong, 'cause people that I love leave.
Yeah, this is Frankenstein. My former dog was Dracula, and he passed away, God rest his soul.
Oh, I'm
But
sorry.
I made a merch line for him. And
He was
this-
a pug?
He was a pug. So that's why I went with the name Frankenstein, because we love to keep it creepy.
Yeah, I like
up
it.
in this
And
house.
then, yeah, you're like, let the legacy live on.
Yeah, let the legacy live on.
So
Frankie, you
cute.
coming up here? Where are you going?
I'm obsessed.
Frankie
So-
doesn't have shirts yet, though.
Frankie doesn't have any shirts. I know.
What?
We need to get some shirts, I guess. Send them out on tour with Cassadee. It's
I
going to
would
be
wear
a
them
real
Yes.
every night on tour.
deal.
100%.
Then when a box of hundreds of shirts show up with this dog, it's going to be the only shirt you have all tour.
I won't even have to do laundry. I'll just wear a different shirt.
Throw it
every
out
night.
into the
It'll be
crowd
great.
at the end of each night
Yeah.
and then grab a new one for the day.
That sounds like a plan.
But
I'm ready.
Cassadee Pope,
Hi.
thanks for stopping by today.
Thank you for having
You
me.
just wrapped up playing your brand new song acoustically for us.
Yes.
Which was incredible to hear it, that version. It's The People That I Love Leave.
'Cause people that I love leave. That's all that I've ever seen. As soon as I hold on, that's when it all goes wrong, 'cause people that I love leave.
I love it because it's normally pop punkish.
Yeah.
'Cause people that I love leave. That's all that I've ever seen. As soon as I hold on, that's when it all goes wrong, 'cause people that I love leave.
But you stripped it down for us today.
Yeah.
And how was that?
It was nice because that's how we, the song started. Like, we wrote it on an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
Me, Ali Tamposi, Nick Long, Andrew Luce, and Roman Campolo. That's a lot of people. 5 of us just sat at Ali's studio, and we were just like going through some different ideas, and it all started with an acoustic guitar. So I loved that you invited me to play acoustic because that's how it all starts.
It's always interesting to me because pop punk is so upbeat
Yeah.
sounding instrument-wise, and it's one of those things to where someone just broke down Damn It by Blink-182
Oh.
and did it acoustic.
It's alright to tell me what you think about me. I won't try to argue or hold it against you.
And I didn't even realize, for loving Blink-182, how damn depressing Damn It
Yeah,
is
it's
of a
very
song.
sad.
And hearing
Yeah.
the acoustic version that you did today of the new song, it's one of those moments as well where you get to hear it a little darker and sadder than the pop punk version.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this song.
Totally. I love when songs do that. I love when like the very sad, deep lyric is veiled in this like fun, up-tempo, like delicious pop punk, production. And when I was in the session, obviously we wrote it acoustic, like I said before. So we just kind of went in that direction of the sadder lyric. And for me, just personally, I've had a lot of disappointments with love, with honestly men in general in my life, like family, friends.
Damn it.
Yeah. So no offense. I've got a good one now. It's all good. But yeah, I've just been let down by just life. Some things just have not worked out, and it's been such a bummer. And then you get something awesome, like a good relationship, a good job, whatever it may be, and you just are waiting for the other shoe to drop. And then you end up sabotaging it yourself because you're like, oh, no, this is too good. This isn't right. Something's going to happen. And you end up getting in your own head about it. You push those people away that are actually good for you. And that's what the song's about, is like, if you think that way, yeah, the people you love are always going to leave you because you're the one that's like, this can't be real. You don't actually love me like that. Like, I'm sure it's going to end. So that's kind of what we wanted to, like, the point I wanted to get across. And what we really tried to do in the session was make it a deep lyric that's actually about mental health, but veil it in this fun production.
I don't wanna say I love you. I don't wanna say I love you. People that I love leave.
It's a fun new era for you.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's been amazing.
Yeah, I know obviously your Hey Monday music. I remember when Homecoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
this stuff from back in the day.
I'm coming home. Did you take off while I was gone? I messed it up. I messed you up. I missed you.
To watch your journey from The Voice was just wild as you went
Yeah.
on to win it.
Nuts.
But that's where for about a decade or so you took the country route.
Yeah.
And was that inspired by working on Blake's team, or how did you kind of get to embark on that side of your music? Because one thing I loved about your career is you've been able to actually properly go down different paths and try out
Yeah.
different genres.
Thank you. I mean, I grew up with a lot of country influences and rock influences. So when it was time to do, I learned to sing on country music. Like, I started taking voice lessons at 4 years old, and I sang Martina McBride songs.
Through the wind and the rain, she stands hard as a stone in a world that she can't rise above.
It wasn't like this, oh, I've never done this before. This feels nice. I went on The Voice after having left Hey Monday with a very open mind. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was kind of honestly in a bad place. Like, I just was desperate for some opportunity to like give me hope again. And I started doing like Avril Lavigne, Michelle Branch songs on the show. And then it was kind of, I felt like I was just getting lost in the mix, and I needed like a really special song that told a story to help me stand out. So I chose Over You by Miranda Lambert, which is a song that Blake wrote about his brother who passed.
But you went away. How dare you? I miss you. They say I'll be okay.
And I just felt like, okay, this is my moment to tell a story and show that there's like a artistry there. Because a lot of people, you know, they watch those shows and people view it as like, oh, they're doing covers. But I was like, this is my chance to turn the song into my own. And that was the moment that changed everything for me. And it was the moment where I was like, well, maybe I can do country music and do pop rock also and make this lane for myself in country music. And it worked. Like, my first album was like top 10 of, actually I think it went number 1 on the country Billboard
yeah, it did.
thing. Yeah, so it was like, it felt like I was living in a dream, but I was just like this skunk-haired, you know, rock girl doing skunk-haired.
That ages us all. I remember when that was
Oh,
the look.
It was, yeah. It sure did fry my hair. Sure did.
We're still
But, yeah.
recovering from those emo days.
Exactly.
Of
A
the
lot of
skunk
hair
hair.
masks. Yeah. But yeah, it was a very natural progression to go into country music, and it wasn't Blake's idea even. Like, I wanted to do Over You, and then it just felt like Nashville had this really cool thing happening in 2013 that felt like, you know, Florida Georgia Line was blowing up, and they had like Nickelback's producer doing their stuff. You know, the band Perry had If I Die Young.
If I die young, bury me in satin, lay me down on a bed of roses, sink me in the river at dawn, send me away with the words of a love song.
Taylor was starting to go pop. It just felt like there was a cool movement happening in Nashville that I was like, I wanted to be a part of. So
Yeah,
that's how it happened.
That's awesome. Tom, were
Yeah.
you living in Nashville at that time?
I lived in
2013?
Spring Hill.
Oh, hell
It's
yeah.
like just south.
Yeah, Spring Hill's great.
Yep. I went to
That's
film school in
awesome.
Franklin. Freaking love
Oh
Franklin.
Franklin's beautiful.
Yeah.
I actually need to spend more time there. I know a lot of people that live there, but
I know so many people moving out to Nashville. They all say it's
Yes.
such a good, cool area. Like, remember
Yeah.
Leah, who we chatted with a couple weeks
Yep.
back? She's making that road trip move right now.
Mm-hmm.
She told us that she was going to do a cross-country move to go down there.
I love
She's like in
that.
the middle of that.
Oh my
so many of my
gosh.
friends are down there because I feel like in the last 10 years or so, 10,
Mm-hmm.
15 years maybe even, it's just become such a hub of diverse music.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so cool.
yeah, it's growing a lot. And I remember going down there or over there from LA in 2013 and being so confused about how many like rock people were there. I was like, Boys Like Girls is here, and you know, Andy Albert from Holiday Parade is here.
Yeah,
and
I think
Dan,
Boys Like Girls
Dan-
just got back together.
Yes,
I think they
yeah,
just
they got back
announced- yeah.
together. Yeah. like so many people ended up in Nashville
From the
that
rock world, because I used to always think, I
Yes.
was just like, what, it's got to be like just country out there, or just like
No.
just a different, and it's not. It's everything.
Well, it was really funny because I could hear when there was a person from like the Warped Tour days who was involved in a country hit. I was like, I can hear that influence that was really like poppin' and rock and like emo music 10 years ago that's like made its way into country music, and everyone's like, oh my god, this is so fresh and new, and we're like,
And you're like, is it really? Yeah, sure, I'll let you have it. I'm gonna let you have it.
it was great for us because we were like, yeah, totally, we're doing something new.
Yeah,
We're
we're breaking
innovative.
new ground here. So in 2021, you came out with Thrive.
I never would have seen this side, never hit this stride if I stayed tied down to you. 'Cause I should probably thank you, maybe raise a drink to everything I gained when I cut you loose.
One thing I love also, by the way, is last year you came out with a version where every track you have commentary over it, which
Yeah.
is a really cool breakdown of each of the songs.
Thank
But it was
you.
kind of your first diving back into incorporating the pop rock, the pop punk into
Yeah.
your country stuff. And Tommy, I got to tell you, she's even got a line in a song that says Blink-182.
I do.
What's the
Our
song? The
fave.
new same old brand
Same old
brand new me.
Same old brand new me. I almost said that wrong. Yeah.
My mom never changed my own bedroom. It's the same place, same posters on the wall, CD poetry by Blink-182 making its way into my songs.
And that was that was a new era for you, I felt like, and for a couple reasons. First off, I was bringing that pop punk vibe back into your stuff. Also, I think almost except for like one song that I think was written entirely on Zoom sessions.
Yes.
So
yeah.
that was obviously because of COVID. COVID changed
yeah.
the game. And did this idea to kind of bring in the pop rock stuff, I feel like a lot of people had some just like self-realization moments during COVID. It gave us all so much time to kind of sit down, even myself, and be like, who am I? Like,
Yeah.
what do I want to do? What is the authentic version of me?
Yep.
And what led to you doing that? And also, how is it writing sessions on Zoom? Because I did not like doing interviews on Zoom.
Oh yeah, it's a different vibe, and you miss that whole aspect of like just being face to face and seeing people's every like mannerism, and like I loved it because I like being home and not worrying about traffic, who's gonna let the dogs out, like all that stuff. It's just I felt like I didn't have as much to worry about, but now that I'm back to in-person sessions, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, no, this is better because it's just there's a lot of things you miss out, and that like words even you miss on Zoom, things that spark an idea that you didn't hear because like when you're talking you can't hear anybody else. So
it literally
it's just,
cuts them off.
it literally cuts them off, so it's weird. But yeah, I definitely, like you were saying, there was self-reflection thing that happened with me for sure when it became apparent that we weren't going to be able to tour and we weren't going to be able to live our normal lives for a while. My boyfriend and I just kind of, like everyone, were cooped up in our house, and we would. One night I remember it was like we were just so stir crazy, and we got McDonald's, and we went back and forth with our favorite, we would go back and forth with our favorite pop rock song. And his were so different than mine because in England growing up, like rock music, Kerrang, they leaned a bit more like, for us, it was called like, I don't know, new metal or something. But here for me, it was like, The Used and Fall Out Boy.
I just saw them on Saturday.
Yeah. Oh my God, they were here. I know. I freaking missed it.
Used, Fall Out Boy. Who else? I want to know your
Fall Out
music
Boy,
that you
Yellow
love.
Card. I loved Something Corporate and Midtown, the stuff like that, and we were just going back and forth one night, showing each other songs, and it just made me be like, man, like this is who I am, and I love country music. I love telling a story. I had been in Nashville for 9 years at that point, and so like learning to write a song where it takes you through a journey was something that I didn't want to get rid of, but I was like, well, maybe I'll bring in my pop punk roots, and because like I miss this is maybe I can carve my own lane in country music and like be the pop punk person. And I wrote everything on Zoom, like you said. It was a really crazy experience, and then like during that time it was, Olivia Rodrigo started popping off.
Well, good for you, you look happy and healthy. Not me, if you ever cared to ask.
And MGK came out with his pop punk record, and I'm like, okay.
I don't do fake love, but I'll take some from you tonight. I know I've got to go, but I might just miss the flight. I can't stay forever.
I think this is coming back, and obviously Matt Kutchall with like Emo's
Emo's
Not
Not
Dead.
Dead.
I mean, that helped. So it's just like all these things just started emerging as I was working on this record, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I couldn't have planned this better, So that's kind of how it all transpired. Was just like, yeah, I miss it.
Mm-hmm. And while on Thrive, I thought there was a clear blend of the two, of the country to the pop punk stuff. With the new song, People That I Love Leave, it more sounded strictly pop punkish, I thought.
Yeah.
But what's coming up next from you? Are you going to be leaning more into that pop punk for the upcoming music?
For sure. Yeah, it's strictly pop punk and like rock, and I'm not like I'm not bringing in any country elements on purpose. If you hear that, cool. But I definitely am leaning like full on pop rock. I've sort of made the very intentional decision to say I'm not doing country music moving forward for many reasons, but I feel just really connected to going back to my roots, basically. And some songs are like a bit more, if you listen to the lyrics, they tell a story and are a bit more of like the country kind of structure,
Storytelling
wise
Yeah.
and structure. But that's like sonically, it's full on pop rock. I've got Dan Swank, who plays with All Time Low, actually, who's like producing everything, and he's been amazing. And so many other like awesome people. Nick Long, who does a lot of the MGK and Travis Barker stuff. And so I've got like really awesome
pop
people.
punk powerhouse.
Yeah,
Yes.
awesome people helping me just kind of tap back into this genre, and many more songs come with this one for sure. There's actually a version with Jax on it that's coming out tomorrow.
I'm scared of jumping in the deep end, 'cause when I do, I almost always drown. You could be everything I'm needing. I'm probably never gonna get to find out. So don't.
How did you loop Jackson on this? Because she has been popping off so much.
I know.
I mean, it all started with Victoria's Secret
Yeah.
with her.
I know Victoria's Secret, and girl, you wouldn't believe she's an old man who lives in Ohio, making money off of girls like me.
I texted her. I was like, do you like this? I want you to sing on it. And she said yes. And before that, we had crossed paths a few times. It was like, at events and whatever. And I had heard her name because I think she was either on Big Machine or like maybe when she was on American Idol was going to be on Big Machine. But anyway, I just knew about her, and then I just became a huge fan of her when she started doing those songs on TikTok. And like, I just thought, you're a genius, you're so good. And I reached out to her a few times. We saw each other in person a few times and exchanged information, and it literally was just a text with the song, and she was like, yes, I'm doing this. So
That's
I
so awesome.
came here like it was really only about 4 weeks ago that I came here when she tracked it, and then we
Wow.
turned it around pretty
Wow.
quick. And
That's crazy.
yeah.
Wasting All These Tears. It's the second track that you played live in our session space today.
Yes.
Another sad one.
Yeah, another
So-
sad one.
And you left me standing on a corner crying, feeling like a fool for trying. I don't even remember why I'm wasting all these tears on you.
Yeah, this one was actually a song that was my first single after The Voice. So this is a song from my first record called Frame by Frame. And it was a song that I was actually pitched in Nashville. I never really knew that was a thing. I only ever wrote my own stuff, and I heard this song, and I just had to have it. I loved it so much. So I got it. I made it my own and changed a lot about it. And fast forward, I guess, like 10 years later, I'm actually working on a rock version of it. So
Oh, cool.
Really?
yeah, it was one of my biggest songs. Like, it went platinum and won a CMT award and all that.
And you left me standing on a corner crying, feeling like a fool for trying. I don't even remember why I'm wasting all these tears on you.
Thinking back and listening to that song, the original demo, I remember thinking, this kind of has like an Avril vibe. Like, I can make it country for sure, but it has that kind of vibe. And so when I was thinking about this project, and I have about 12 songs actually that are sitting in a Dropbox link that I'm working on, but I was like, this could fit in there if I just tweaked the production and re-sang it and stuff. So that's why I wanted to play it today, is that it's going to be revived.
That's
sure.
awesome.
Yeah.
I try to find you at the bottom of a bottle, laying down on the bathroom floor.
And are there any other older songs of yours that you've done over the past decade or so that you would want to revisit rock style, pop punk style, or are you going to kind of leave them how they were released? But hearing that you're doing that for this track just makes me wonder, like, I mean, I'm sure so many of the songs could translate into whether you're just doing it live in concert or a proper recording of it. Do you have any plans for that?
So far it's just Wasting All These Tears, but I've been saying for all of my, live shows, I should probably rework some of the old stuff so that it's not like completely discombobulated.
Yeah, country song, pop punk song.
Exactly. Yeah, and I've always leaned more rock live anyway, but like taking out those elements that are like so clearly country. And I'm excited for that because like I want to. I've been playing some of these songs for 10 years now, and I would love to give them a little revamp. So I'm working on that. But as far as recording and releasing a rock version of another one, I haven't really thought about it. I kind of have to do a deep dive into my catalog and see what would work.
Well, doing it live, that'd be fun to bring a whole new energy to some of them and just kind of freshen it up, because I'll never know what it's like being an artist playing the same song for 10 years in a row for X amount of time. And I'm sure being able to add something kind of new, a whole new energy, because the different genres are complete different energies, I feel like, will just breathe fresh life into it.
Yeah, just making sure the show doesn't feel completely random. And like, I don't want people leaving being like, who is she? I don't understand. Like, what is she? I want it to feel very like, okay, we left here knowing exactly who she is, what kind of music she does. So I'll definitely be reworking all the other stuff.
Is it intimidating at all to be shifting genres?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, what I love so much about the rock genre is the authenticity is so important, and everybody is very adamant about like, if you come across, if they sniff like that you're just riding a trend or that you're faking it, they don't want to support you. And I love that, because I feel that way about any trend. Like, if you're doing it just because it's a trend, that's like not gonna get you very far.
People see through that.
Yeah, they see through that, and it might get you somewhere for like 5 minutes, but it's not gonna like give you a long career. So I'm just like here intimidated as hell for sure by the rock crowd and being like, remember me, I'm back, But I also feel like when I really think about why I'm doing what I'm doing, it's because I love it. And it's because I'm at that place in my life where I did the country thing for so long. I loved it. I fell out of love with it for many reasons. And I've never stopped loving pop punk. It wasn't my main bag for, 10 years. So it's intimidating, but I'm excited to be back. And it feels like people are seeing that it's the real deal. I'm here to stay. Yeah.
So over the past decade, you've had such a good chance to work with some of the greats in the country world.
Yeah.
And now as you shift into the pop punk world, some of the bands that you grew up listening to, that kind of made you who you are, is there any new artists that you're like, it would finally make sense to work with this name, or I would love to collab with this producer, this artist? If so, who?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, producer wise, I've always been a huge fan of Eric Valentine, so that would be crazy. Band wise, I've always been obsessed with Blink-182. So even if it's just opening for them on tour, like, I'll take it. Anything. Yeah. I mean, a song would be amazing, but yeah, like anything having to collaborate with them in any capacity would be a dream come true. I've always loved Avril, so that would be.
You got to perform with Avril as
did.
well, right?
I know.
Which is
I can't
so
be
sick.
greedy. But
No, come on. No. Be greedy. Get that Avril collab.
Gotta get in there, yeah.
But Blink-182 is our favorite band of all time.
Yeah.
And Tommy, let me tell this damn story.
Let's
again for the millionth time. In like 2011, Blink-182 had a contest, and it was like promote our upcoming European tour. Winner gets lifetime guest list spots for all the Blink shows. So Tommy entered it, and he won.
What?
I won.
So Tommy, he's got a lifetime supply of 2 guest list spots
Are
for
you
every
kidding?
Blink-182 show.
That
know,
is
tickets
so
for life.
lifetime.
Yeah.
And they've
Lifetime
honored it.
Ticks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've
Oh
always
my
honored it.
gosh.
So we're obviously hyped for the upcoming shows out here. But
yeah, of course.
favorite Blink album?
Oh,
if you have one?
Take off your pants and jacket.
Nice. Great one.
Yeah.
Solid one.
Let's go, don't wait. This night's almost over. Honest, let's make this night last forever.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that Tom's back in the band.
I
and
am
that-
too.
Are you going to
I
be
am
going out to
too.
any of the shows?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to fly though, because the one in Nashville is. I think I'm playing a show, but I kind of am.
Yeah,
I'm
with
down.
Blink.
Yeah, yeah, just surprise guest somewhere. No, I think I'm gonna fly somewhere random because I feel like in Nashville, LA, New York, there's always so many people that bombard them, and I actually want a chance to. I know Mark, and he's amazing, and so like getting to. I've never met Tom, so I'm like I gotta go. Maybe
Yes.
go to somewhere. Kind of in the
Just
middle
a
of
smaller
nowhere.
market.
Smaller
where it can be
market.
a more intimate
That's
experience.
smart.
More of a chance to meet my hero. So
When I was 14, the local radio station knew I was a huge Blink fan, and they just broke up. And Angels and Airwaves had just started, and they were coming through to Reno, Nevada, which is where I'm from.
nice.
So they called me on air, the radio station. We're like, hey, Nick, we know you love Blink, so we want to give you a chance to come down in person and interview Tom DeLonge. So he was the first person I ever interviewed was
oh
Tom
my
DeLonge.
God.
And
That's no pressure.
That just set the bar so high for
Yeah.
like the rest of my life. And that was the most incredible thing ever.
And it's fun because you probably know everything there is to know about his like discography and everything. So you like you
much.
had all the right questions, I'm sure.
But now at 31, I just want to do it again.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I'm a little better now. But so we'll see if I can swing something when we were young.
Yeah.
Whenever.
Oh yeah. That's great. I'm
Yeah.
actually gonna be there. So
Oh, nice.
cool.
hopefully
It's
I
good-
can.
such a sick lineup there.
Yeah.
Did you go
it's
last
amazing.
year's?
I didn't go. I'm playing this year. I'm playing the like Music Cares thing that Kevin Lineman puts on.
Oh, right on.
He did it last year. Said it was awesome. So I'm playing that.
Did you do Warped
That's
Tour
awesome.
with Hey Monday?
I did.
Okay.
2010.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you know that world well.
Oh yeah, Kevin and I go way back.
That's awesome.
He's helped me a lot during this process. It's been fun to kind of tap into old like relationships and be like, "Hey man, can you help me with this?" And he's been great.
Oh, that's awesome. I love
Yeah.
to hear that. What's coming up next from you? What do you got down the pipeline?
I definitely have some more songs. Definitely a new single in June. Working on getting all that kind of buttoned up. It's gonna lean even further into the rock space. So this one felt like a really good introduction song to get people to see, oh, she's not doing country anymore. But it's still like digestible for maybe my country fans who like are interested in sticking with me. This next song is definitely like going further in that direction. And just I'm working really hard on just like getting everything, all the pieces of the puzzle put together, because you know the touring stuff needs to come together. And as I'm releasing this new music, I'm also like trying to put my businesswoman hat on, and it's a lot, but it's good. I'm learning a lot, and I just want to keep that momentum going because it's been really good so far.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there was plenty of people who followed Hey Monday that
Yeah.
then followed everything else in the past 10 plus years, and I'm sure it's really cool for them to see this pop punk rock sound kind of coming back as well,
Yeah.
because you're just kind of going back to your roots,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Yeah, I've gotten a really, really sweet, encouraging reaction to all this. Like, it is really cool to see, especially on apps like, you know, the TT one. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name of it, but
Come on, as if at 3 a.m. every morning we're not sending each other TikToks constantly.
Okay, good. I never know like where I can say that. Yeah, TikTok has been definitely like a fun thing for me to see people just come out of nowhere and be like, "Oh my God, you're back!" And I'm just like, "I've been here, but I see I know what you mean. I get it." And it's just, you know, a lot of fans that have I don't know, maybe just like tapped out of what I've been up to because they're not into country music, and now they're back and they're excited and they want to support me, and that just means a lot. So I'm loving it. It's awesome.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
so rad. I love to hear it because I'm such a pop punkster.
Yeah.
And it's just been, you had such a cool journey, I feel.
Thank
so
you.
so being able, there's this thing flying
I
around
know.
you.
I did
and
shower
didn't
today, so
know-
I definitely don't know why it's trying to
Oh, I
bother
got
me.
it.
Oh God.
They call me Quick Nick for a reason. And
You just murdered an
why?
animal,
Okay,
but
PETA.
fine.
Look,
Yeah.
PETA, I'm sorry. It was unintentional. I was trying to save my guest here.
Yeah. Now I'm a witness.
Yeah,
Thanks
now
a
you're a
lot.
witness to my murder, and now I'm finally going to have a crime documentary made around me. Well, great. I'm excited for this new chapter for you. You've, of course, got the new music video out
Yes.
for People That I Love Leave as well, and can't wait to hear the rock reworking of Wasting All These Tears.
Yeah, you got it.
And yeah, you're on to a new era, and it seems like you're doing something that you were so genuinely excited about, and I'm sure everyone else is going to be as well. But for now, thanks for stopping by today.
Of course.
And thanks
Thank you
for
having me.
chatting, for performing, for meeting Frankenstein. Right,
love
Frankie?
her.
Your merch
She
order of the
is-
10,000 Frankie shirts. Frankie, come on up. Come on.
You're so cute. Come here. Give me love. Come here. Oh, I love this dog so much. She's like, excuse me. How dare you? Fist bump. Can you do fist? Yeah. She did.
Okay,
She
girl
did it
power.
for
She
me.
doesn't care when
Ready,
her own
Frankie? Fist
father
bump.
does it.